Okay, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be testing this beautiful unoptimized game. It's unoptimized but still beautiful game on the RTX 3080, which is like basically 5 years old now, 4 years and a half. And this is paired with a 7950X 3D, not 75, 7950X 3D. This CPU is very strong for this GPU, so if we see the GPU dip below 90% of GPU utilization, that means it's just the game. It's not the CPU's fault. It's not the CPU bottleneck in the GPU. So let me just go through the graphics. I'm not gonna talk about unoptimization in this video anymore because I've ranted about that a whole lot in the RTX 4090. And as you can see, there is no upscaling, nothing like that. And you might say, okay, 4K, why do you only have 23 FPS? I'm gonna say it's because I'm using ray tracing on very high mixed with high Raster settings, and that's why I have only 23 FPS, and I'm not even using upscaling right now. I'm just gonna see how it runs inside the game, not in the main menu, because the main menu with ray tracing tends to be like a little bit intensive or expensive for the GPU to run. So yeah, let's see how it runs in the game. And I've seen some people say that the game has pretty bad loading times, and as you can see, like took 2 seconds, 3 seconds to load for me. And people probably running on an HDD and thinking that it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna run fine. No, they specifically said not SSD, not NVMe. They said SSD. And even if you have an SSD and it's SATA, it's not gonna be that much faster than an HDD. That's why I think you got a bottleneck there on your system while loading the game. So right now it's not running very good. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna go through the settings, and I'm gonna enable DLSS on performance. As you can see there, like I enabled DLSS P, that indicates DLSS performance. And because if I do DLSS quality, it's not gonna go pretty far. It's gonna probably give me like from 27 to like 35 or something like that, which is the console experience, but I want more than that because this is a PC with a 3080. So this is not max ray tracing. Two of the settings are on high instead of very high. And as you can see, it is running pretty fine right now with DLSS.
Want some company? Why not?
Oh, she's fighting the robots. And I'm gonna beat their asses in 45 FPS. No problem. Okay, this one is dead. I can use... Oh, I should have used it to get this guy, but I was late. I didn't know that they do that. All right, so it dropped to like 39 FPS during the fight, but it was fine. I didn't feel like I was losing in the fight because of the FPS, because if I lost, I'm gonna blame the FPS 100% of the time. So right now, before I disable ray tracing, let's just use FSR frame generation, or I'm gonna be using DLSS frame generation, which is like FSR running through the DLSS pipeline. Let's just put the FG over there, and DLSS frame generation, DLSS performance, and ray tracing on maximum, well, close to maximum, to the settings, which is like the ambient occlusion and shadowing is set to high instead of very high. And as you can see, the ray tracing, I mean the DLSS performance with the latest DLSS right now, DLSS 4, is pretty much close to native resolution. You're not going to be able to tell the difference unless you're looking for the difference. And I should have used the CNN model because the DLSS 4 newer model is very taxing on this GPU. Or the 30 series as a whole is like, it doesn't really benefit that much from DLSS. It benefits in quality, but it doesn't benefit from DLSS 4 in terms of more FPS. That's what I wanted to say. I have to use the concussion. I think I'm gonna gather them all together. I'm gonna use the concussion gadget so that they get, you know, get Daisy. Okay, all right. Now, is there somebody that I can take to the hospital? I don't think. No, I don't think so. All right, so with frame generation, as you can see, it's running pretty good, like 79 FPS to 90 FPS, which is not bad. I mean, it doesn't feel bad, even though like it goes like to 100 and then drops to like 69. It's not bad. It's still good. It feels good. It doesn't really feel that stuttery or anything like that. And mainly because I have VRR. I'm not sure because I don't know if it's gonna be bad without VRR. But from my experience, Nixie's games, even though this one is not optimized, they actually do optimize it for smoothness, so you're not gonna be feeling that jittery movement or anything like that. All right, so let's disable everything from DLSS to FG to ray tracing. I'm gonna disable every single DLSS and RT benefit that these cards have, and let's see how it runs on rasterized performance. Okay, right now rasterized, no DLSS, no ray tracing. As you can see, like without the reflections, without the lighting from DLSS from ray tracing, it looks like 140 degrees different. And I'm not gonna say 180 degrees because it's not completely different, but it looks very different. It looks muted without ray tracing. But yeah, I mean, if you don't like ray tracing, you don't like the performance hit that it gives, and especially with the new DLSS model, it doesn't really it really takes away a little bit from DLSS performance. So yeah, you can disable it if you want, but for me, I'm gonna, if I had this GPU, I would just keep it on, because frame generation can solve that issue of not having a good frame rate. And I actually, as you can see, like in a fight, I want to fight with low frame rate with ray tracing, and it's not even a problem for me, at least. If you don't like ray tracing, yeah, by all means, just disable it. Okay, right now let's use DLSS on quality. Let's put the logo over there. DLSS on quality. DLSS. I wish that it was like a button that just enables DLSS the same as I do it with the logo over there. But no, I have to go through the settings. I have to change it and choose it over the settings. I'm lazy. I know, I'm lazy. I want to do everything easy. All right, so DLSS on quality, even though like here with the traffic, it's like 70 FPS. It does not really drop from 70. Let me just make sure that it's not going to drop from 70. Let's just go close to people. Or let me just go to Times Square, because Times Square is going to be more intensive than these areas right here. Let me just go to the Times Square, to that beautiful area of New York City, which is full of tourists. Not in this game. This game has like less people in it, because if you go to Times Square in real life, it's too many people. I cannot be there. So now it dropped to 62, as you can see. Like it dropped to 62 FPS, which is fine. Still above 60. And yeah, I don't really need to go to Times Square to see it drop from 70 FPS. All right, right now, before I go to that crime, let's use DLSS on performance. Let's put it right here. DLSS performance. Enable it. Go back. DLSS performance. I thought it was gonna shoot me above 100 FPS, but it didn't. It didn't. I'm still having like 80 FPS, which is higher than 70 FPS, but still, you know what I mean? I wish I had like 100 FPS. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna drop on these guys. No, I chose the other one.
Someone your own size. You can stop this monster man. He's doing now.
Where's the other guy? This one. This is the one that I want to fight. This is the one that I want to take out first, because he is pretty fucking insane. He has like torches in his hands. I can counter that with electricity. Electricity beats torches. All right. Fighting in 70 FPS is not bad at all. Even though this is like DLSS performance, oh, I have to take somebody to the hospital. I was just gonna go away. Did they brand him? Yeah, they take people and brand them with their
swing you over to an ambulance. They'll fix you
with those hot sticks.
Thank you.
To be the same as them, you know what I mean? They want to just add people to their gang. All right, so now I'm gonna go enable DLSS frame generation, but I'm not gonna do it on DLSS performance. I'm gonna switch to DLSS quality right here. You know what? No, I'm not gonna use balance. I'm gonna use DLSS quality and do frame generation. Let's see how it runs with DLSS quality and frame generation. It's probably gonna solve that dipping from when I use DLSS performance, it dipped, like it went like to 100, then it dipped. Now it's not gonna dip from 100 FPS probably. I hope so. I hope that it doesn't dip. Let me just go down near the traffic and see. So yeah, the lowest I've seen was like 100, 100, like at the point of dipping, but it didn't dip. Oh, now it dipped to like 98. It's not a problem. It's still 98 FPS. still too many FPS to play this game. 60 FPS is like,
There you go.
I would say the minimum
Be all right.
is 30, and 60 FPS is a good FPS. 90 FPS is like the maximum for this game. You don't need more than 90 FPS in this game. And yeah. All right, now I think I used every other, you know, setting with the with 4K. Now I'm gonna switch it to 1440p. Let's put 1440p over there, and disable DLSS right here. Disable it from here as well. Disable DLSS frame generation, and I'm gonna enable this, and then go here and enable ray tracing. Okay, ray tracing on very high. I'm gonna put this on high because very high. Just put this on medium, and I'm gonna drop this to 5 instead of 6, and I'm gonna go back. So this is without any let me put the RT logo right there. Without any upscaling, it's giving me 70. Is it gonna drop to 60? For the test to see if it's gonna drop to 60, let's go to Times Square. Oh, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. It just got stuck. I think it's gonna crash. Let's see. Yep, it crashed. It crashed. All right. They said that they fixed it here, but they didn't. All right. So let me just show you what it crashed. Oh, it just locked my computer. It's gonna take like probably a minute or two. Okay, right now I got back the control. I'm just gonna show you what I do to Undervolt. I'm using River Tuner here, not River Tuner. I'm using Afterburner. Let me just zoom in, and as you can see, I'm using. I go just closer to 1 millivolt, and I just drag it up to 2100, and I just add 700 megahertz to the memory clock. That's it, and it's stable. It takes like 50 watts from because this is like a TDP of this card is like 350, and maximum wattage that I've seen with any game, especially Spider-Man right now, it's like 300, I think, maximum that I've seen. So yeah, let's go back to the game. Okay, right now, because it crashed, I'm gonna use DLSS on quality with 1440p. Let's use DLSS on quality because DLSS on performance is not gonna look as good because as it's already looking not good to me because of my screen is big. But yeah, I mean, if you have like 27-inch screen, it's not gonna matter. DLSS quality is still gonna look way better. Even DLSS performance is gonna look good on 1440p on 27-inch screens. So yeah, and as you can see, DLSS quality and high ray tracing and DLSS, I mean 1440p, is giving me 60 FPS. It goes up to 70 sometimes. And I was saying like we need to go to Times Square to test the stability of the game, the FPS, if it's gonna dip below 60. I think it's gonna dip below 60 because it was 60. Okay, it's edging. Oh, now it's like 57. Okay, we don't really need again to go to Times Square. And yeah, why I need to go to Times Square is because that's the more intensive area of the game. Like the most intensive area of the game is Times Square because a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of tourists. Not in this game though. This game doesn't have tourists. Only has native New Yorkers. All right. It's really, I mean, running pretty fine right now. It's not dipping the GPU utilization, which is pretty good. I think they fixed that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to retry it with the 4090. I don't think that they fixed that because the patch only says like crashes and when using ray tracing. Exactly what happened when I enabled ray tracing. They said that they fixed that, but it didn't really go, or probably didn't take because it still crashed for me. So yeah, let's go and enable DLSS on performance right here. Get that RTX logo there. DLSS on performance with RT. And as you can see, it didn't really change that much from DLSS quality because the newer DLSS is work of magic. And now, even though like it didn't drop its GPU utilization, it's still not. Oh, now it's dropping to 89. Okay, I was like, I already had 60 to 70. Why did it not give me like 80 FPS now? But I saw it drop a bit to like 89 FPS, 89% of GPU utilization. I think 540p is gonna be the maximum that it can go down with this GPU on this CPU. So yeah, let me just go fight this crime. See how it's gonna. Oh, these are the Venom symbiotes. All right, right now, while I'm fighting, let's just go and enable frame generation. I'm gonna go back to DLSS quality right here. I'm gonna do frame generation right here and enable everything. Apply, go back. I'm gonna zap this bigger dude. This guy is still stunned. Let me just fight this guy. All right. What the hell? Okay. DLSS frame generation fixes that, you know, 70 to 60 FPS, and it drops to the 50s. Even though with DLSS performance, it fixes that, and then this is what developers now rely on. Frame generation now. They don't want to optimize their games and just rely on frame generation, and especially now with multi-frame generation is gonna be like a shit show. What the hell? I'm blocking those attacks. Okay, I'm just gonna zap this dude. I'm blocking them and he's like, it's not even taking. What the fuck? He beat my ass to the ground. He almost killed me. All right, and as you can see, the VRAM dropped as well. That's why this card is a 1440p card now. I'm not gonna lie to you, this card is just 1440p card right now. It used to play 4K, and you can still play 4K, but it's like mainly 1440p. Anything below 12, like 12 and below, is 1440p with unoptimized games. Okay, frame generation off. DLSS off as well. I'm gonna try 1080p. Now it's 1080p time. Did I remove frame generation? Yeah, I removed frame generation. So take him off of here, and RT, gonna keep RT there, and I'm gonna do a 1080p over there and apply. And as you can see, the game, well, for me, the game looks like shit right now because 1080p on a 48-inch screen, especially this close to it, it's not good. And even 1080p, it still drops to 50 FPS at sometimes, and drops GPU utilization. That's why I think it's dropping to 60 FPS.
That bus is being attacked by symbiotes.
Okay, let's use the concussion things.
Don't worry,
That
everyone.
you can get these things. Yeah, these things are really sensitive to sound. That's why I want to use the concussion stuff. With this dude, I'm gonna exhaust every other ounce of electricity that I have. And he's still probably gonna kill me. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm not gonna try frame generation or DLSS because it's already dropping performance. So 1080p, maximum ray tracing, almost maximum ray tracing, and high settings. That's how it runs. This is like 4K right now because I ran up the resolution. And if you watched until now, thank you at a minimum. Thank you. And like and subscribe and comment below in the comment section. If you want me to test another game, just say it. But next I'm going to be trying the 3090 Ti and the 4080 Super. 3090 Ti, which is like 25% stronger than this GPU that I'm playing than the 3080, which is not going to be very different in games. So hope it's like still, you know, gives me good performance. But yeah, this is how the game runs. The game runs on this GPU with this CPU. And yeah, see you in the next video. Ciao.